Well, we're gonna go full-blown street rod on old short bed Fred today. Look at this, just would you look at it. I mean, we have some serious speed parts. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna service the transmission. I put this old truck together. Had a unknown transmission that come out of another truck we had. Don't know how long it'd been sitting around, so we put it together. We just filled it up full of fluid, put it in there. And it's worked pretty good. But the pan's a little leaky, and I've had this thing sitting around for a long time. And unfortunately, my wife found it in the closet in the house and told me to get it out of there. So we're gonna put a little old short bed Fred, change the fluid on it, because who knows how long it's been in there. It's, like I said, didn't know a thing about that transmission. So we're gonna tear this thing apart. Well, we got down here to put this, take this transmission pan off, and I know some of y'all like these old square body trucks, but there's one thing kind of makes it a pain to change transmission fluid in these things. So, see, there's my pan, here's my cross member, but here's something that, I don't know if y'all can see that, the bolts. It's not a good shot. Those bolts are right up underneath that cross member. So, when you're doing one of these, you have to take these mounting bolts out, jack the transmission up a little bit, and you can take your 1/4-inch drive extension. And if you look at this little dude, where are you? See that right there? That's a wobble extension. That'll give you enough clearance to swivel your socket around to get around those bolts, so you ain't got to pull the cross member out. And when I get all those out, I'll show you. But let me get to pulling these bolts out and I'll show you what we're talking about. Oh, just for reference, here's my cab supports, and here's where I put my foot every time I get in this old turd. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, we got our bolts out. I'm gonna show you in a second. All right, so you see this little jack right here? Next time y'all are in a junkyard, you see a Mercedes Sprinter or something, these are the factory jacks. So junkyard will sell you that for a little bit of nothing. It's a darn good jack. Let's see, we just took the transmission mount bolts up, jacked it up that fur, and let me see if I can do this with, all right, let's see, where be you? That right there. All right, you don't see that socket, cable's in the way. Look, it goes straight on there, and break a sucker loose one-handed. There you go. It's that simple. So, wobble extension, pull your transmission cross members out, bolts out, and jack it up. And you say you go up about 2 inches roughly, and then commence to taking the pan bolts out. Now I'm going to pull this pan. I'm going to pull this pan off and probably dump all the fluid in my driveway or on my head, which normally happens. Even though the pan's there, it's just for looks. We never hit the pan. All right, so I'm going to get taking this sucker back apart, and I'll show you that nice shiny aluminum pan when we get done. I mean, heck, we get that thing on here, we're basically a street rod now. We got the pan off, and you can see there's some, it's a little dark in there, but you know, for basically a free transmission, she does okay. She'll go till she won't go. All right, now if y'all are doing 350 turbo transmission filters, here's your CarQuest part number. And if you notice, this little filter, she got the front of it marked. So when you get these pans off, you can see there's 2 little screws right there. Pull them screws out, put your new filter gasket, your new filter on there, put them screws back in, and whammy that pan back on. And since I'm not coordinated enough to hold the camera and take the screws out, you don't have to trust me. I'm fixing to do it. So y'all notice that I got bolts sticking out of this pan, right? Lack of silicone. So if you're patient when putting this thing back together, take a couple of your bolts and just push through the rubber. If it's a rubber pan gasket, cork don't work so well. So be patient, stick a couple bolts through there. It'll hold your pan gasket in place while you put it together, instead of putting big globs of silicone on there, which sometimes can fall off, get in your pan, clog up your filter, burn up your transmission. So if you're patient, you can do it this way. If you're not, get your silicone out. So now we're going to finish putting this pan back on. Yeah, she got some chunks in there, but this has got a little life left in it. The rest of the fluid didn't look too bad either. Show you this. Heck, we practically got a street rod down. Look, would you just look at it? Look at it. I mean, it's beautiful. I feel like I need to put on jorts and a Hawaiian shirt and just sit in the fold-out chair behind this truck at a park for a while. I mean, it's practically a show car now. So we're going to fill it up, test drive it, and hopefully it does the first, second, third thing again. We got 4 quarts of Sam's Wholesale Club's finest transmission fluid in here. We're going to start it up and let it run a little bit and check it. But always let your transmissions warm up a little bit before you go dumping more fluid in them. Don't fill them up when they're cold. That's pretty good cold oil pressure. All right, we'll let them run for a few minutes and check it out. Get down off my, oh yeah, didn't show y'all my jack stands. See? Ooh, yep, see that? Look at all the safety. A little high. I like it. I like it. Yep, missed the pan. Like always, at least if consistent. Well, went along and took a little test drive. No slippy, nothing like that. So, put a video to test drive, but there was some NSYT stuff on there. You don't know what that is. Not safe for YouTube. There may have been a traffic infraction. And we don't want to get that on video. Alright, so we put 4 quarts of fluid, stock depth, 350 turbo oil, transmission fan, and a little test drive so it's good and warm now. I'm going to clean off the dippy stick, check it, and I think it's a touch over full, but we're also sitting on a little bit of incline because I had to move some vehicles around. We're fixing to pull a motor. Y'all see that in a few minutes. Yeah, she's over full probably about half a quart. You know, we'll be okay. We're not going to lose no sleep out of that. It'll probably find its way back out of there. So, I guess I'll show you. I don't know if y'all can see this big red and black thing back there. Well, she's fixing to get the motor pulled out. So that's all for this one. We'll get back to work on another project. We'll see y'all later.